Well, this is my little courtyard, as you always know. It's the little bottles that are on top of the fence that my sister, that she designed that entryway in the bouquet. You see there the begonias are blooming and the oregano, and behind the begonia there is a colas plant. I've yet to find the right place for that because I expected colas to get a lot larger. Here's my little table, and and you can tell here in this box are seeds that I planted, and I put them in a box here. And I don't know if you could see them or not, but there are some seeds germinating in there. Over here you can see that I've brought my clovers, and not clovers, what do you call them? Hmm. Uh, anyway, and here you see when I put up my fountain, I haven't got the water in it yet or have it plugged in. I've got to adjust the table. I think it's a little crooked there, but and I put some little plants that I'm starting, one hostas and then one little pot there. And again, you see my beautiful 3 o'clocks and the fountain, of course. And here's my apartment with a reflection of the bird bath. Sorry, there's my walker. Didn't realize I've taken that picture. Here's Connor. That's my little water bottle. That's what I use to water my plants with. And Connor's going to lead the way here. And I've just planted some mixed gardenias, so I'm hoping that they do well. This is my tomatoes and my cucumbers. And you see they're blooming. And I hadn't gotten any vegetables or cucumbers yet, but they're becoming. I'm sure they will. There's some bees. I hadn't seen bees yet. And you see the little pots that I'm starting of different kinds of plants and ivy. And I think in that one pot, if you look real close, I've got some majuka and basil, hostas in there, and a mother-in-law's tongue. And hopefully that's where I put my babies. And there's my little hanging pot. I wish that would bloom so you could see that. Some kind of sedum, but it really had beautiful blooms last year. And there's my mint, and there's my beans. And I've already harvested my beans this morning. Had those earlier. And here's another tomato plant. Got quite a few tomato plants and quite a few blooms. And again, you can see the mint. And I've got some little plants, and there's some seed moss, rose moss seeds in there, and they're starting to come up. So I'm hoping that they do well. So I keep them on this wall. This is the north wall. Um, my apartment faces north, so it doesn't get a lot of sun, but it gets enough, and it's easy for me to just go by here and water with my little pitcher because the sidewalk is just real smooth for me. The tomatoes there, they're getting a little leggy. I pinched them a little bit. I do expect some of the cypress vines, so with the red blooms that I had at the apartment over where I used to live in the old folks' place, that I'm hoping they are successful here. There's one right down there, as you can see. And this tomato was staked up on that pole, but right now it's it fell over. It has really been hot and dry, but this morning it's like, oh my gosh, it's 82. It's very, very pleasant. Nice breeze. And I planted some bulbs in here, summer or fall bulbs, somebody just to see what they are. I'd ordered one of those packages. And I had 100 bulbs, and I just planted them here and there to see what happens. It's always fun. I like planting seeds. And I think I've got two 4 o'clocks in there that came up by seed. And I'll move them to another place, as they get larger. But I enjoy nurturing small plants and dividing plants and right there's my little tiny elephant ear. Not the bricks there, but just what we just passed. And here's some more beans or peas and tomato plant and you notice that I use yarn even in my plants. And this is leaving my courtyard into my sister's place here. There's Clyde out there in the yard. And that's where I saw the hummingbird that was hanging upside down. And I planted a little tiny hostas here. I'm hoping she does well. I think she will. And of course you gotta always have a goose. So I set some airplane plant in there, and it seems to be doing very well. My thumb's in the way now, so I don't know if we're going to get any pictures. But I've got this, sister just brought this over, and it hangs up. That'd be cute to hang and put little plants on, the kind that, like some creeping Jenny or something like that. And these are the boxwoods, and here are the, what they call them, the widow's vine. I can't remember what it was, but it creeps over the fence. And over here is where, and there, of course, there's my boxwoods. And then right here in this, you can see the new dirt there. I've just planted some mixed geraniums, and there's a little sedum there, and I've got some purple hearts that's doing pretty good. They love that hot sun, I tell you. If you want a striking, and this is my sister put up. She had it in her screened-in porch. She brought it out here for me. And here I finally put the bird bath where it won't toddle over, I hope, anyway. I haven't got water in it yet because I've got to carry water, in my little pitcher. And I've carried enough today. I think I'll carry some tomorrow, and not unless it rains. And here's my favorite. I hang it everywhere I go. And I just hung that up because I wanted to. But there I've got, looking back, you can see the size of my courtyard and how pleasant it is and easy to get around in. Very, very lucky. Very, very blessed. And of course this is, and you know what this is. It is called, I never can remember the name of that. But my bird feeder. I guess I had to show you that. That was very important. And this is my wind chime. It's fading out, but I love to hear it when the wind blows. And there's the little gnome. And again on this side, you can tell there's bottles, colored bottles in the fence. And then here's my gate. That's where we came in, or that's where I started. And you can see, if you look real close, there's a big hostas right there in the front. But that's so far what I've accomplished in my little yard, courtyard, and I love it. I love it. Connor's sitting in the sun. He's very patient with me.